Hello, thank you so much for purchasing with Medium Emary. Today we're going to give you a 2-question quick tarot card reading. So your name and info will be confidential. I will only go over the questions you have sent me. Thank you again for your patience. So let's do a quick little prayer. It's my way of tuning into your energy and keeping away anything negative out of the reading. We ask Universe now to reveal to this client time what she needs to know. We ask that the information that comes through may come through God's higher purpose, God's higher intention. Anything of negative vibration or negative energy is not welcomed in this reading, as I ask to receive information from God's higher purpose and God's higher power. Thank you. Alright, so I'm going to start shuffling here. I do have your first question, which says, do you see my jewelry and wall decor business enchantingly soulful creations being successful? Alright, let's start shuffling here, right? So as I tune into that question, again, I do feel there's positive energy coming out of it. I actually feel there's good energy coming out of it. I feel a lot of things are going to be happening with it within the next 2 years, this year and next year. I feel like there's things in the making, there's things in process, there's things being unraveled. The fact that you have a positive mindset and the fact that you have this goal and that you have this want and desire to manifest it, a lot of good and positive things are going to come out of it. I feel a lot of good energy coming out of it. And I feel like you know what you're doing in the sense that you have an idea, you know what you want, and you're willing to put it out there. So that itself is bringing and attracting that abundance and attracting that positive energy coming your way for that business. So I'm going to start shuffling now and see exactly what confirmation comes through. Will her business be successful? The wall decor business and jewelry, will it be successful? What I'm feeling is that everything's in the right place to make it happen. So it's they're kind of telling me that you're doing everything right. Like everything's in the right place right now, so it can unravel, so it can unfold. Is the business going to be successful? This is really good energy. So the first card you got here is the Hermit. The second one is a Son of Swords. And the third one's a Two of Pentacles. So whenever the Hermit comes through, which is interesting, I did say that I feel like within this year and next year, there's just going to be a lot of like processing and things in the making, things beginning. So the Hermit means, that process of where spend time in solitude with yourself, really brainstorm, really continue on putting your ideas in the making, because that itself is what's allowing you to have it organized or have it happen the way you want it to. It's kind of just saying like spend that time thinking still and preparing and organizing and making sure everything's in the right place so that it can happen. I also feel here the Son of Swords, which means at the same time it's okay to take charge and be strong about it, but still like be like logical about it. Take your time. If you need to reevaluate something, reevaluate. It's just to make sure that you're making the right decisions for yourself and for that situation financially, all those things. So what's interesting, you got the Two of Pentacles here, which represents that it will be successful. You just have to still contemplate, still spend time in solitude, and make sure you're making the right decisions and you're reevaluating things in the right way. And then also that you got to make sure there's balance. So what I mean by balance, just balance financially. You have somebody, you know what you're doing, or your different approaches financially as well. When it's gonna launch, like it's just all about balance, making sure that you're not overwhelming yourself and you are not doing 500 million things at the same time. Okay, this also can represent a form of relocating. So maybe if you're planning on moving or trying to eventually find a place to have this business to set up in. But this is future prospects that there's a possibility that eventually you will have like your own physical shop or physical place. This is just future prospects. And then also the butterfly is just transformations, just lots of transformations and things transforming now. But it's kind of saying like, yes, it will, but you still have things to do before that can happen, and you got to make sure everything's in balance so that can happen. But there is good energy. I'm feeling like it's possible, and it's like you have a really good idea already of what you want, and that's all that matters. Okay, so we're gonna go on to your next question here, which is, do you see our solar energy business home solutions being successful? So let's shuffle here. Do I see the solar energy business being successful? Do I see the solar energy business being successful? Do I see the solar energy business being successful? Do I see the solar energy business being successful? Or do I see the solar energy business being successful? The cards are jumping out for you, hon. So, the energy for your first question is completely different for the second question. And we'll go into that. I'm just going to pull out one more here. Yeah, so to answer that question, I'm feeling a no. A no. It seems like there's a lot of things happening with that business. I don't know if you've already started it. I don't know if it's in the process. The Devil card came in, so this usually means it's nothing always bad, but it does mean that there's still there's not a lot of good energy coming out of it. Maybe there's just negative energy. Maybe it's draining. Maybe there's still you can't trust people with the business, or there's things that it still haven't been resolved. It just seems like it will be probably really draining, and it probably won't be a good idea, or it's just not going to go well. The Judgment card comes in as well, which usually represents there's probably a lot of things that has to take place for that to really become successful, or things that have to be accepted or approved, or I don't know exactly what it is, but it just seems like to me there's just a lot of things that have to happen, or self-realizations, or really a lot of things have to happen so that can really go well. And there's this energy that in the end you're just going to kind of drive yourself crazy, or drive your crew crazy, in the sense it's just going to be very draining, and it seems like it's going to be a lot of hard work, a lot of just draining energy, and eventually it'll become negative because it's going to be very stressful. That's what I'm picking up here. The World card comes through, which is kind of saying to me even though that probably is not going to work out in the way you want it to, you still have so many things ahead of you. There's so many other options. There's so many other ideas that can probably help you. Maybe it's not that exactly what you're supposed to do for that business. Maybe it's something else that's similar to it. But there's this energy. It's like you have the whole world ahead of you. Just because this won't work out, or this will cause you stress, doesn't mean that's it's the end of the world, Maybe there's a different outlet. Maybe there's different options to doing what you want with this, but in a different way that doesn't bring that negative, stressful energy, or those necessities that are going to be draining. This also means traveling, so there will be there's probably a possibility maybe with what you're going to do, like with this business, maybe if you change it or you change the idea of it, I'm not sure. There's something that's involving traveling, or traveling maybe across to another country, or just traveling in general. This can represent maybe what you guys are really going to be doing, something that involves traveling or importing, exporting, or just something with traveling. So just keep that in mind. That's what it means. But overall, it just means like, just because this won't work doesn't mean like there's no other options, or there's no other outlets, or there's no other ideas. It just seems like this is going to require a lot of work and a lot of self-realizations and a lot of things that have to happen before that can really take off. But in the end, it's kind of saying it's not really going to go well, because it's going to be very draining, very stressful, it's just going to take over, and it's going to be, it's not going to be exciting eventually, like over time. It's going to eventually not be as like fulfilling. Okay, so that's kind of what I'm getting with that. But so that's what I'm overall picking up on. I'm going to pull out one more card for you as a message from Spirit, and then I'll leave you with that. Your overall message from Spirit here. Oh, this is lovely. So this is the 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 9 of Pentacles. So this means financially, this represents luxury. This represents like just feeling good, money going well, money being really good. And it's funny because we're talking about business. So it's basically telling me like money-wise, everything's going to be really well with you this year and next year. Money's going to flourish, and abundance is going to come your way. And that could be a sign as well for your business that's going to go well. If anything, financially, they're saying you're going to be well this year. You're going to be doing good, and you're going to be feeling good, and things are going to be working out. So this is a really positive financial card. Okay, so I'm going to leave you with that, my darling. I very much hope you enjoyed this mini tarot card reading. I am always here if you need me, if you need to ask questions again. If you know somebody that loves a tarot card reading or spirit communication reading, please send them my way. If you've been interested in communicating with somebody in spirit, I do give spirit communication readings 1 hour over the phone or via messenger. So please let me know if you're interested. Thank you again, and I send you lots of love and many blessings. Bye now.